Tonight we're going to be making liver and onions. This is one of the Depression meals. It was very economical. We're going to be utilizing, I actually used 3 onions in this meal. You're going to need some milk if you would like to soak the liver. The reason for soaking is to get out any of the metallic taste. We don't want our liver to have that metallic flavor. So by soaking it, we can get rid of a lot of that irony metallic taste. This package, I'm using Skylark. It was one of the ones that my grandma used to use. And it comes in individual packets, as you will see here in a minute. At this point, we're going to remove the calf's liver from the individual packets. In this package, there's 4 pieces of the calf's liver. All you want to do is gently remove the calf liver from the individual packets. You'll see here that this is a very, very fragile piece of organ meat. Now I'm just looking through the meat here. There's little bitty veins that I prefer not to have in my liver. So I'm just going to take a knife and as gently as possible remove each of those little bits of vein that run through the organ meat here. There. And I'm going to continue this process throughout each of the pieces. Now that we have trimmed up most of the veins that run through the liver there, we're going to soak this for about 10 to 15 minutes. You can soak it longer if you would like. This just gets out that metallic taste that nobody wants. Now I'm moving on to my flour mixture. You can totally skip this altogether. Every now and then, we just like to have it breaded. So I'm adding about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder. Again, it's the spices that you like. Next, I'll be adding pepper, about a teaspoon, because I'll be adding more later. We like pepper. We're going to be adding about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of regular table salt. We're going to give this a good whisk around just to combine it. And then we will move on to chopping our onions. I like them in little quarter slices. They cook better. You see, I did add another onion. Can't have too many onions with liver and onions. Moving on, I'm just using butter here. It's going to be about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons to start with. Just get the pan heated up. It's on medium. Now all stoves are different, so your medium may be too high. So however your stove is, you know your setting. Mine is medium. And all we're going to do here is we're just going to, like I said, I'm going to add some more pepper, a little bit more, and a little bit more salt, just to get those going. And all we're going to do is brown them up, get them nice and soft, and then we'll add our liver. Once the onions have been placed in the pan, I like to add a cover to it. It just kind of helps it cook down a little bit faster. Keeps that moisture in there. Just breaking up the big chunks of onion. This is probably going to take you about 10 to 15 minutes on the lower to medium setting. Now just going through, and we're making mashed potatoes tonight. Liver, onions, mashed potato, and corn. This is a very wholesome and nutritious meal. These are Yukon Gold potatoes. I like the Yukon Gold, but I also love a russet. So either one is fine for this meal. I like to have my potatoes a little bit bigger because I don't want them to turn out to be like a mushy potato once you go to drain and mash them. So I'm just trying to get them as even as I can with the rest. You don't want some small and some larger pieces because they won't cook correctly. One will get done more than the other. Now you're just going to add them to your cold pot of water. And you're going to let it come up to a boil. Be about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on your stove. All you want to do is cook them until they're fork tender. We're going to be checking on our onions here in a minute. They've been cooking for about 10 minutes. They're looking really nice. Now I'm going to move on, and I'm just going to microwave some golden sweet kernel corn. This was 50 cents. This can of corn was 50 cents at the Walmart. Now I'm just going to start to dredge my pieces of calf liver into my flour mixture. Gently placing each piece of the meat in there, getting it nice and coated. And then I'll add it to my pan. I've done my mashed potatoes and I'm leaving them on the warmer. I'm just going to take my tongs and place each of the pieces of calf liver into my warm pan. You're going to cook this 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Trying to clean up as I go along here. I did make a bit of a mess on my stovetop though. Oh. Added a little bit more butter. And now mixing it around, and I'll be adding my flour mixture. And just placing it in the pan. Mixing that around to get a good gravy going. Then I add my onions back in. Oops, did you see that? Yep, milk splashed all over my stovetop. What's better than a messy cook, eh? Adding just a little bit more seasoning, and then I'll be adding a little bit of gravy master, just about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons, depending on how you like it. If you like a deeper gravy color. Oh yeah, look at that. It was a pleasure cleaning it up too. But this was a really nice meal, very economical, can feed 2 to 3 people for less than $5. You can't go wrong with this meal. The people back in the 30s and 40s, they knew that they had to bring together a nutritious meal. Try this and let me know what you think.